this man.
Wow.
I guess not at the same time, but separately. But another 20 people have been arrested. Now, this man went up in a nightclub in Istanbul and shot and killed 39 people.
Damn.
39
For the
people.
like New Year's Eve, like
New
that's
Year's-
how
New
they
Year's-
want to bring in.
New Year's Eve.
Damn. That's some shit.
New Year's Eve. Now, I mean, it's unfortunate. Now, it wasn't just people from Turkey that were killed. It was people from all aspects of life, from all over the world.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So, we want to say to those and those families, abroad, sorry, and we send our condolences. Cause
Yeah, condolences out to the families that lost someone at that. Right. That's crazy.
It's just a crude act.
That's not how you want to bring in, the new year, celebrate New Year's Eve. That's not how you do it. And so that's whack. That's whack.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that. We'll talk about the North Carolina. We're gonna bring it back to the states.
Bring it back to the states. And because you spoke on North Carolina, that's one of the things I'm gonna talk about. Recently, in the past couple months, few years, North Carolina has been, I won't say thrown into the spotlight, but a lot of things that have happened dealing with, police and the black community. A lot of it, has situated in North Carolina, and so it's just North Carolina's just got a lot of things going on, and I hate to add to it, but here it go. A North Carolina high school officer slams a teenage girl on the floor. I don't know if y'all seen the video. I seen it this morning. I had to watch it a couple times because I couldn't really. I'm like he really just did grabbed her and just threw her on the ground on some
WWE stuff.
Yeah, on some WWE shit.
Which was uncalled for. Now,
very uncalled for.
I don't know how many people have actually seen the video. I've seen the video, and that was a pretty big guy. And the girl,
dude was like both of us put together.
And
dude was massive.
The girl was about 95 pounds soaking wet. You know what I mean? And that was just uncalled for. They take the limits of their jobs and what they're supposed to do a little too far.
Yeah, and it was. Oh, go ahead, my fault.
Nah, I was gonna say this. Just real quick, and the fact that they suspended this man or sent him home on a paid leave is, it's an injustice. Because it's basically what it's saying to the community and to these people's parents. You know what I mean? And to other students who may get involved in a physical altercation is basically, I can fuck you up and still get paid. Yeah. I'll go home for a couple days and I'm still going to get paid.
Whether it be in the streets or in the school. And that's the type of president that is being, whether we're off base or not. What we're seeing is the conclusion that we're coming to. So it's like, whether you get stopped by a cop and you're driving a car or you're a student in school, regardless of the situation, it seems like they can do no wrong. And come to find out, the girl that got slammed was actually trying to stop the fight as well. Like, I guess he thought she was part of it. He didn't assess the situation thoroughly enough. He just came in properly. There you go, properly. He just came in, girls fighting. And even still, like, the way even if he just wanted to pick her up to get her away to stop fighting, that's one thing. But he picked her up, held her like this, and just body slammed her, like. And the girl was 15 years old, trying to break up a fight. She was trying to, I guess, in a way, assist him by trying to break up the fight. And the people that were fighting, one of them was her family member. And she was trying to stop her family member from fighting, and the cop comes over, pulls her out, body slams her. That's horrific. It was messed up. It was messed up.
I don't even know what to say to that one because that shouldn't have went down, and the girl suffered injuries as well, right?
Yeah, She did.
She suffered injuries. What was it? Concussion.
Yeah, it was concussion. She had she had a concussion. I mean, I don't know what other injuries, but that alone
that's serious enough.
That's serious enough. You know, that could be brain damage or something like that. Excuse me, gotta, turn that off real quick. But yeah, she had a concussion. And I read that her mom said she's going out of that school. She ain't coming back. She ain't coming back. She ain't going back.
I mean, I feel the mother.
Heck yeah.
I feel the mother in that case. I know that if my child was in a school and something like that happened, I would demand justice first off.
Oh, of course, of course.
And if justice wasn't served, then I'm gonna serve my own justice.
Right, right.
That's just me being a dad and being a parent, but. I feel the moms for wanting to take her kid out of that school.
Yeah.
Because she is afraid and, she feels as though she's not safe.
Yeah.
So, I understand that.
Just to recap for everybody that's tuning in, we're talking about a school police officer body slammed a 15-year-old student, female student.
Yeah.
And we're just talking about, like, how crazy that is.
Right.
Wait, hold on. We got a comment. The question is, what do we think about the Palestine-Israel conflict? Well, as of right now, I have to just get a little more information, so I can't comment yet. But if you tune in again, either next week or on the Facebook page, I will leave a comment once I have more information. But I'm glad you brought that up, and we will definitely do some more international news around that.
Of course, Ali, saying only because you my brother, from another mother, man, we're gonna do that for you.
Yeah,
and we're gonna keep it shaking, you know what I mean? Because it's only right. We do news here, here.
We want to get everybody.
And then we need to address things abroad. Because we do, but we touch bases on what we think is important that the people should know.
No, and that right
there is something that the people should know because, I'm not going to say exact numbers, but for years, Palestine and Israel have been warring and going at it for years.
Yeah. And that's just for everybody else out there. If you have an issue or a topic that you want to discuss or get out there, definitely put it in there, put in the comments, and we'll definitely speak on it. We're definitely going to, I'm going to get some more information about that. Again, check the Facebook page or come back next week, and I will definitely comment on that. Straight up.
Right.
That's it. Thank you. Thank you, by the way.
Yes. And another thing, now, this is all going to fall in the line. I don't know if people have been in tune as to what is going on in the world, but North Korea is ready to end the United States because of Mr. President-elect Donald Trump. Now, they said...
I didn't hear this. Speak on it. Teach me something because I don't know.
Now, from what they're saying, North Korea has a nuclear missile that can reach as far as the Midwestern states.
So like Ohio, Chicago,
Detroit. They have a nuclear warhead that can reach that far. They have one that could wipe out.
This is what they're claiming.
This is what they're claiming.
Okay.
They have
allegedly. This is all alleged.
They could. No, he said it.
Oh,
he said it.
Kim Jong Un.
Yeah. It's not even a joking matter, but it's serious. He said, listen, man, I got something that'll wipe out all of California. Now, this man isn't even in office yet, and he's already causing conflict. Some that was, the conflicts were already there, but at the same time, be ready. Be ready. I said this on our first show. Don't be surprised if we are involved in a World War III.
I hope not. I really hope not.
Now, I don't know how close y'all follow this because when Obama was in the office and all of that was going on, Russia which used to be one of our allies, said that they would back North Korea if things, if we brought the beef to them. If the United States brought the beef to them, said that they'll back them. Now, I don't think that's a fight that we want to have right now. Honestly, man, Russia, listen, North Korea is their army, their military is way deeper than what we got, way deeper. And honestly, I know that the United States. I'm not gonna say we because I don't believe in everything that the United States does, but what I'm gonna say is, I believe that the United States has smarts, but I don't think they have as much smarts as, say, Russia and North Korea. That's just my personal opinion.
That's your okay.
That's what I think.
No doubt. What I think. And we're all about opinions over here. We're all about opinions. You know what I'm saying? We're all about starting a conversation. And to agree with Hoffman, yes, we do have crazy missiles. You know what I'm saying?
This is my man. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Hoffman, man, he was in the military. You know what I'm saying?
So he knows what's good.
You know what I'm saying? He was in the military, so he knows what's going on.
Shout out to everybody in the military out there. Much respect, you know what I'm saying, even if y'all get a lot of flack, and people don't agree with what y'all over there for, you know what I'm saying? Much respect for you being out there, for giving us this opportunity to speak our minds and whatnot, because a lot of people in different countries.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I have to do this because my sister didn't tell me if my nephew's tablet had the Hangout app so I could, so I can video chat him. Today's his birthday.
Happy birthday, nephew.
I want to give a shout out to my nephew who turned 7 years old today, Mr. Dalen. You know what I'm saying? Nephew Fool.
Happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Balloons and all that
my
stuff.
My godson, happy birthday, nephew. You can let him see this. When you can, but, happy birthday. But we're going to carry on.
Let's get back into it.
NAACP president.
Yes.
Was he arrested?
He was.
He was arrested.
He was arrested today.
For, protest of the swearing in or the appointment of Jeff Sessions as the Attorney General.
Yeah. He was arrested. So for a lot of people who don't know, who haven't followed, stay tuned in because we're following, the Trump presidency, seeing what's going on, and just so y'all can be just as informed as we are. But one of the people that he wants to appoint as attorney, or the person he wants to appoint as Attorney General, is a guy named Jeff Sessions. And I didn't get where he was from. But basically, he's a senator from somewhere, Republican, of course. Mm-hmm. Just think about any Republican state, and that's probably where he's from.
Right.
But basically, this is his second go-round of trying to be Attorney General. Right. He was actually appointed by Reagan in '86 to Attorney General. But he was denied because of his racial bias, and I quote, toward African Americans. He said, and I quote,
"Hi, cousin.
What's going on, cuz?" But he said, and I quote, "I thought the KKK were cool guys." I repeat, he said, and I quote, "I thought the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan, were cool guys until I found out they smoke marijuana." So his logic, his reasoning for not liking the KKK, not because they hung black people, they killed black people, they had a reason in killing Martin Luther King's father. You know what I'm saying? None of that. Mm-hmm. None of that. The fact that they smoke weed, he was like, they're bad people. And actually, that was one of the reasons why he wasn't appointed Attorney General when he was trying to get that position back in '86. But he's going to get it now because the Republicans got the House and the Senate and the presidency. They basically just ran the board. So whoever they want basically is just going to get sworn in. So I say all that to say, in the way I see it, all of this, police brutality, messing with the black community and whatnot, all these lawsuits and all this stuff that you see on the news and trying to bring justice, is going to stop. Straight up. I mean, that's how I feel. I mean, I hope it doesn't. But having somebody with a record like that saying stuff like that, I don't see any justice happening for us. I mean, that's just my opinion.
I want to say this part. I may be mistaken, but isn't the head of the Supreme Court black? I believe it is. I believe they are.
Of the Supreme Court?
Of the Supreme Court. And, that's probably going to be the outlet in which, African Americans are going to have to go through.
We're going to have to go to the high court.
Right. But even we're going to have to find our avenues, to get things done. I mean, even with the people that's in the office that are in there now, even though everything is about to change, I mean, we still didn't really get the justice that we deserve.
No.
For a lot of things. I mean, it's just going to make the whole situation worse. No doubt.
But it's bad on all accounts. I'm actually just looking up some information about that.
Right. Now, what is the name? Heidi Birch?
Heidi Birch, yes.
She is for the what? Southern Poverty Law?
Yep, she's a reporter or journalist.
She's a journalist. All right. Now she says that Sessions is what again?
Hold on 1 second. She says Sessions is
guilty.
Yes, is guilty and has hate speeches. And she says, and I quote. Hold on 1 second. Just looking over some notes. And having him in Trump's inner circle is a tragedy to America. This is what she says. Having this dude who has these racial bias toward African Americans, and we're probably not just saying African Americans, any minority. I mean, because if he could say that freely, about the KKK and how he thought they was cool, until he found out they smoked weed. If he could say that freely without having any reservations about it, then what he feels about any other race other than, Caucasians, white people, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
And this is who we have as president, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Again, we're gonna have a rough 4 years. This guy is already predicting that he's going to be an 8-year president. I sure as hell hope not.
I hope not. And this is why we got this show, so we can keep y'all informed. If you don't tune into CNN or MSNBC or any news outlets and you come to Facebook, tune into the show. We're going to be talking about this. We're going to have follow-up stories. We're going to be giving, we're going to keep you informed.
I just want to, Mr. Hoffman, there was race wars while he was running, while he was doing his, presidential tours, or what do they call them?
His victory tour?
No, not his victory tours. When they go to battle from state to state and all of that stuff. When he was doing his little run around.
Oh, the presidential, when he was doing his campaigning?
Yeah, with his campaigning. While he was doing his campaigning, it was already not racial wars, but
rhetoric.
You know what I'm saying? It was
out there in your face.
It was out there. You know what I'm saying? It was some posted on Facebook videos of, guy getting punched because he said he loved Trump and he hopes all the blacks go back to Africa and all of that crap. You know what I'm saying? So it was already happening. Like, it was bound to happen, but Trump is the one that's making it come to light.
He got the reins. He got the reins. Literally, he got the reins.
Right. And, these are the people that support him.
Real quick, I saw that Miss Galvez asked, why is voting important? And I actually said this in one of the later episodes, so if you tune in or go back to a couple episodes, you can hear me say it. But basically, it's like voting is like I can complain and be pissed off and upset that the person I voted for didn't win office. Right? I can be pissed. I can say all these things. But not voting, and you probably heard this before, you can still say those things, but because you didn't do nothing, what you're saying about it doesn't have any validity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how I feel. Like, by voting, it's like I can complain about everything that's not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have the right to do that.
I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead. I'm
gonna say this. I just want to toss this in there.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? What's the sense of voting when I'm not gonna say that the voting is rigged, but it's apparent that the voting is tampered with? So how much does it really make a difference?
Because now you're bringing light to a situation because you actually acted in that moment, because you did that act. You have firsthand experience of like, okay, this is fucked up, and you have more right to explain and be mad about it. But if you didn't partake in that right, now you're just talking. But because you did that, now it's like, not only am I talking, I'm talking about the experience that I had, that because this is not going on, you know what I'm saying, because I voted is rigged or whatever, you've experienced it. How can you talk to someone who hasn't experienced it?
But this isn't the first time it's happened.
No, but I'm just saying, though, as saying, why does it matter to vote? Because you experienced it, you've seen what is going on, you can talk about it firsthand. Like, if someone, like, for instance, you're not going to take advice from someone who doesn't know how to shoot a gun. You're like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. But if an instructor comes, he has more knowledge of it. Now, that's an extreme example, but it still fits. Because I went through that, because I did it, I'm seeing all the stuff behind it. Now I can say, you know what? I'm not going to vote next time because I actually went out and voted. It didn't matter. I'm not going to do it next time. But by not doing it and just saying, oh, it doesn't matter, you're just talking. That's how I feel about it. So voting does matter. So even if your candidate doesn't win, going through that motion, you can complain as much as you want because you have firsthand experience.
All right. I mean, that's all I
wanted
to know.
That's just me.
That's all I wanted to know, because, if I'm voting, right, but let's just say, I know one vote doesn't count, but, you know what I'm saying, let's just say somebody took my vote out of the ballot, you know what I'm saying, and that one, you know what I'm saying, what if this person had, you know what I mean, 1 million votes, and they both had 1 million, and my one vote that was slipped out would have gave the other one that deciding vote. You know what I'm saying? It makes a difference.
Voter fraud is fake, and if anybody's doing voter fraud, it's the Republican Party. I'm gonna just say that. They're trying to get all these ID voter laws and stuff passed in Mississippi, Florida, basically all the southern states, because that stuff's not happening up here. It's not flying. But it's happening down there, and we got to be aware. We got to be on point. You got to let them know. You know what I'm saying?
That's all I had to say, man. I don't want to get onto this voting mess.
Nah, but I'm just saying, I
don't want to.
If anybody's doing anything negative, it's the Republican Party. I can't see, put it like this. I voted in the last 2 presidential elections. The person I voted for won. I'm 2 for 3. You know what I'm saying? The third one, it sucks, like shit steaks, but I'm 2 for 3, so I'm okay, I guess, but. All right, moving on. Moving on.
We're not gonna talk about this voting shit.
But y'all already know.
All right, we're gonna touch down on the jackasses real quick.
We're gonna lighten up.
We're gonna lighten up the mood.
We're gonna light it up before we go back into it.
We're gonna lighten it up. We're gonna talk about the jackasses of the week. Now, when I first seen this, I was like, this cannot be real. And then when I heard them put this little country ass, Bama ass dude on the news to give his explanation, I said, this shit is real. Because they don't put the educated black ones on the news.
Nah.
All right, so apparently apparently, down in Texas, over the New Year's Eve,
right,
a rap group decides to shoot a video. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the stuff that we delve into, right? But what they did was they went in front of a credit union, dressed in black, with black mask on, guns, real guns, big ones too, as the news reporter says, big guns too. They wasn't loaded to shoot a scene for their rap video. So what the police did was run down on them in a U-Haul. They was in a U-Haul, bro, talking about, is there anybody in there? Yeah, we in here. Do y'all got guns? Yeah, we got guns, but they ain't loaded. I promise they ain't loaded. That's how the dude sound.
Really?
Yo.
Really? That's how people doing it?
Yes. Yes. That's how they doing it, man. And it's like, come on, man. Really?
Out of all the stuff that's going on. Now, I like to make a music video like the next person. More than the next person. You know?
Right.
But
to do something of that extreme, right? You know, first off, you know, you it's important that you notify your local authorities to let them know that this is what you're gonna be doing. Now they can have somebody come down and watch you. You can tell them like, look, you know, we want to shoot a video. You know, we're not gonna show, you know, what place it is, but we're gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna blur everything out. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna shoot like a robbery scene just in front. We're not gonna go inside. None of that. You can have one of your patrolmen come down and watch us while we do our thing. We're gonna need about half hour, 45 minutes to shoot this one scene, and then we're gone.
Yo, thank you for everybody that's tuning in. We're just talking about the dumbass jackass of the week.
Yeah, man. And, I couldn't believe it.
It is.
One thing though, being as though that they was in Texas, I am happy that they didn't come in there guns blazing.
Yeah.
I have to say that part.
Yeah.
Because
right?
that could have easily been a whole different topic that we was talking about today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Them cops could have came in there, didn't even have to ask if they had guns. They could have just opened
blam.
Right. Open up the back of that U-Haul truck and let it loose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's this. I mean, even though they're dumbasses, there was some positive light spun on that. That no one was shot.
Spin the light. No one
was shot. No one was hurt. Everybody walked away peacefully, except for the dumbass who had a warrant and had to pay a $1,700 fine.
I hope people learn. I hope they learn. I hope this was a teaching, learning moment for them. Right. And I want to say, call the cops. And I'm being serious right now. This is like a PSA. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
PSA, public service announcement. And please, everybody out there, take this seriously. This hasn't been talked about yet. I know it. We're gonna start the conversation on this show. Maybe not tonight. I'm gonna speak on it real quick, but please, people, take this seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Call the cops if you have a dumbass friend.
Yo,
call the cops if you have a dumbass friend. Tell them to lock his or her ass up. Get that motherfucker off the streets. For real. I'm serious. If you got a dumbass friend, call 911. Get them motherfuckers locked up. Because
A credit union.
I'm done.
All right,
lock his ass up. 911.
We just gonna leave that.
We're gonna leave it at that. Think about it. Dumbass friends, 911. Lock them up.
We're gonna leave it alone. Let's
moving on.
Yeah, moving on. You gotta hit the journals this straight.
Nah, we good, bro.
This one, okay.
We good,
okay,
bro.
okay.
Good, bro.
You want to touch that on the rest of the topics of the
night
before we get to the personal news?
Yeah. We're gonna speed right through this. Get through with the rest of the news. Let's see. We talked about Sessions. I'm just crossing off some notes real quick, like reporters do. We talked about that. Talked about that. Talked about that. Talked about that. Oh, no, I didn't. Here we go. So, as you know, we talked about it before, how about the Russians hacking the presidential election, basically helping Trump win. So Congress and the Democratic Party and other people have been calling for an investigation into into Russia to see about this hacking scandal. And the intelligence community, the CIA, say that Russia was involved in hacking, and Vladimir Putin was aware of what was going on. So, past couple of days, Trump was seen being interviewed and saying, basically, the intelligence community doesn't know what they're talking about. They're the same people who talked about weapons of mass destruction, and he was like, basically, look where that got us. Yes and no. Yeah, they botched that whole thing, and that's a major fuck up. Yes, I agree. But at the same time, they are still an intelligence agency. That's what they do. And just because they may have botched this doesn't necessarily mean that they got this particular situation wrong. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's called transference.
Yeah. And real quick, he backed up his claims that Russia may not have been involved in it by quoting Julian Assange. And if you don't know who Julian Assange is, he is the co-founder of WikiLeaks, who leaked all the information about emails, who got the information from Eric Snowden and leaked it all out. So he took his word of this dude who is basically being exiled over his intelligence agency. That should just give you an idea or a glimpse into what's going to be coming in the next 4 years. He's taking the word of somebody else over the professionals. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Very crazy.
Very crazy. All right. Moving on. Let's see. Sad news. Comedian Ricky Harris passed away over the weekend. If you know who Ricky Harris is, he was the protagonist in Everybody Hates Chris.
He was also the father from, us old schoolers who know something about this.
Right.
In the Snoop Dogg Gin and Juice video.
Oh.
When he told him don't be having all them goddamn people in his house. He did a lot of voiceovers and a lot of on a lot of records with Snoop Dogg as well as Ice Cube. I meant to state this on the last week's show.
Right.
I forgot, and it wasn't until after that I noticed what I had done. So, I had to, call up my co-host like, listen, man, we got to shout this brother out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a race or anything, but only thing that gets noticed on the news is the passing of white actors and actresses, and unless they was really, really famous, you know what I'm saying, they don't, the lower people don't really get that much recognition. So, I want to give the recognition to Mr. Harris and, send my condolences to his family.
Definitely.
And his friends, for the people who didn't do it and for the news who didn't do it.
Yeah.
This is What's Up People News, and we're going to bring it live, we're going to bring it hard. And we're going to keep it funky
all day,
100%
every
of the
day.
time. So
it is just like that.
Rest in paradise, Mr. Harris, man. He was a funny man.
All day. All right. Moving on. On some lighter news, I don't know if anybody out there is a GTO fan, and if you don't know what GTO fan is, that's Game of Thrones. I love it. It's the best show on HBO. It's coming back, y'all. It's coming back. It's gonna be better. Problem is, it's only going to be 7 episodes. Why that a problem? Because the problem is, last season, it was 10. This season, it's 7. So,
they must going to go hard in the paint.
They better go hard in the paint. I better... Man, listen. But instead of it coming on about April like it's always been, it's coming out in the summer, so we might have to wait till June. So for all you GTO fans, it's coming back in June. 6 months away, 5 months. So there it is. But there's a couple teaser trailers that they're gonna put out if it's not already out. But it's coming back, y'all. It's coming back better than ever. Moving on, we have, unfortunately, another unarmed shooting. This is a little even more crazy. A sheriff's deputy was responding to a domestic violence situation at a house. Ran in the house, shot a 17-year-old kid that lived in the house. Now, the nosy-ass neighbors who called the police and said it was domestic violence thing going on was totally in the wrong. What was actually going on was a brother, two brothers, two siblings, we'll say that, two siblings were arguing. How many of you guys out there argue with your sibling? Happens all the time. It gets heated, especially if you're the same age. We throwing the bows, we fighting, I'm flip you. It's crazy shit.
Right.
That's what the neighbors heard, called 911, and now unfortunately another young unarmed in his home. Has passed away. The gentleman's name was Trevon Johnson, 17 years old. Definitely want to give condolences to his family, and his siblings out there. It's unfortunate that situation happened. Straight up. Hold on, crossing off some notes. For all you Titanic fans out there, there's a new documentary that's about to come out. And a gentleman named, and I'm going to botch it, Solomon Mahoney is claiming that a coal fire that was started in the same area that the iceberg hit actually weakened the metal, weakened the frame. And that's basically when the iceberg hit it, because it was so weak from the fire, that it actually did more damage than it would have if it wasn't weak. So interesting stuff out there. I'll have more information when I find out when the documentary is coming. But moving on. Let's see. Oh, some more Jeff Sessions news. I forgot to say this earlier. But our wonderful ex-governor, Deval Patrick, was actually with a couple protesters protesting the passing of Jeff Sessions as Attorney General. So he's out there fighting the good fight, trying to help, it's not necessarily a losing battle, but he's going to be the next Attorney General. So prepare yourself for, who knows what. It's going to be crazy, so just prepare yourself. One more thing real quick. I'm sorry about that. I get the last thing because this is important. This may affect some people out there or somebody you know. Yesterday was the swearing in of the new Congress, which is basically the Republican Congress. And the first thing on their agenda, and some news outlets were saying this, but then they're trying to cover up the tracks. But basically, their first agenda of the day was to get rid of the ethics board. And basically, the ethics board is the board that makes sure that they don't do no dumb shit. And they are trying to get rid of that.
As well as trying to impede, a white person.
No, of course not.
Okay, but I just didn't know if that was a whole different. I didn't know if that was a whole different class of black, but But he mentions that. He mentions Bob and Becky. Yeah, he mentions Hector and Maria.
And Tyrone and Tasha.
I guess those are the niggas.
I assume.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. We don't know. But we just gonna go with it though. It sound right.
So now I'm saying, J. Rap Brown, if you are watching this or if you get a chance to glance this and see this, we are directing this towards you. Now, you made all of these things and saying that all of these people will protect their women, but a Tyrone is gonna join in and laugh. Mm-hmm. Now, why shouldn't a Tyrone join in and laugh? He says that, we have something to say about how our black women, do their hair or how they dress or whatever. Mm-hmm. 9 times out of 10, especially Americanized women, being black, they pride themselves on wanting to look and be European. You can strike me. You can stop me if I'm wrong.
No, go ahead,
because
bro.
If you look at the women's hair and texture and everything, if you go to Africa or whatever and you look at that, they don't have straight hair. Their hair is very bushy. Their hair, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm, if you see them dress, they have their culture and their styles, but this is the way that they dress. They keep themselves covered. They don't have a lot of revealing clothes. Mm-hmm. Now, these are the things that Americanized women do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you can't compare. That's like comparing apples and oranges. You can't do that.
Right.
You can't do that. But if a man, especially a black man, if he's in touch and in tune with his heritage and what it is, then he knows what he wants his woman to look like. And right. That of those wearing weaves and all of that is not what he wants.
And to take that a step further, in my opinion, I think black men do support their black women. Now, there are some that don't. Let's just be honest. But you have to look at the type of man that you're talking about. Now, what type of the men I know, not boys, not teens, the men I know support their women, whether they're in a relationship or not, whether regardless, they support their black women. I support my black women. I love black women. I love women in general, but when it comes to support, I support my black women.
Now let me ask you this question.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this question, Mr. Nuggets. Okay?
Go ahead, Mr. Oreo.
All right.
Break it down.
You have 2 women on the street. 2 of them. 2 black women on the street.
That color, black.
2. You have 2 of them. Now this, this is just an example, but it's a real question. Hypothetical question, of course.
Of course.
You have 2 women on the street. Okay? One of those women, are in support of her black man and, wants to see them uplift themselves and do right and be better and get better, right? Mm-hmm, and you have that other one that says, F all y'all black men, y'all ain't nothing, y'all ain't never gonna be nothing. Your mother should have aborted you before she had you. Now, you have those type of women.
No,
now you see these two women on the street, right?
One of each.
One of each.
Right.
Okay. Now a man walks up and disrespects both of them. Whose aid do you go through first? Or do you go to both of their aids?
I mean, if it's me, of course, me, because you're asking me. I mean, honestly, it would have to be both. You can't pick and choose like that. The way I see it, even if, and Michelle Obama said it best: when they go low, we go high. So, in that situation, you gotta go. You gotta take the high road. You gotta defend both of them.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I can't. This is just me.
Well, wait. Hold on. Well, let me ask you this. Let's take it a step further, because I'm keeping it general.
Okay.
Do we know both of them? Because let's say one is cool, and I don't really care for the other one. So the other one I'll be like, you know what, homeboy, I agree what you said about that one, because I don't like that one. But that one, I don't, like,
okay.
Would it be a situation like that? Like, is that my home girl? Is that my sister? Is that my mother, my aunt? Like,
well, the way that this thing is worded, right?
Okay, based off how he's wording
based on how he's wording it, right, is that the man in the situation. Now, this is just hypothetical stuff that.
Well, real quick, we got more people tuning in. Let's get them up to speed so they know what we're talking about.
We got our godmother watching. We got Miss Jackson watching. I don't know if she's still there, but me and her go way back. You know what I'm saying? We went to school together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my homie.
Yeah. Let them know what we're talking about.
We're talking about men. Right now, at this point, we're talking about men defending women, especially black men defending women.
Yeah,
I just read something. I read something from J. Rap Brown on Facebook that's saying that basically Muslims protect their women, whites protect their women, Hispanics protect their women, but black men don't.
We don't.
That we don't protect our women.
I guess I don't, because I guess they're talking about me too. So I mean, I take that kind of personal. You know what I mean? He's saying that I don't protect my women.
I mean, I'm saying.
He's talking about you too.
He's talking about me too.
He's talking about both of us. Like I feel a certain way about that.
I feel a certain way about that too. But I have my opinions on it. But just because I have my opinions on it doesn't mean that I don't protect my women. Because I'm gonna give you an example. One day.
So give me an example of. All right. So give me what's a good example? What would be a good? All right, give us an example.
I'll give you an example. One day I was in Stop and Shop.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Stop and Shop.
I was in Stop and Shop. Now, this is where it starts for me because there was a black woman that was in the line.
Right.
Right. I was in like 2 lines. She was in like 7, and I was in 9. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just break it down like that.
Okay.
And she was buying some items, and she was maybe with her daughter. You know what I'm saying? She was with her daughter, and she forgot something. So the aisle that she forgot something was right behind the register that she was at.
Right.
So she asked the daughter, "Listen, while she's ringing this up, can you go and grab this?" Now there was a white man that was behind them, right?
Right.
And what he did was he acted very, very rude towards them. You know what I'm saying? Calling the lady all kind of bitches and all this other shit, all because.
And you seen this?
I seen this. And I was getting fezzed up, you know what I'm saying? The girl that's ringing me up, you know what I'm saying? She's doing her thing, and I'm looking over there, and I was like, I was with somebody at the time, and I'm like, y'all, hold on, wait a minute, you know what? Here's the money, pay for this. I'm about to go over here and say something to old boy.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was on probation. I was on probation.
Right.
So, I had to be cool a little bit.
Yeah, you couldn't be Hulk.
It fez me up because there was a security guard there, and he's telling me, brother, don't do it. It's not even worth it. Hold on, you security. Like this is not one. This is an older black woman. You're a black man. This is an older black woman that this white man is yelling at, screaming at because she forgot something. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing is she might have been with her daughter. It could have been her granddaughter because this lady was kind of old.
Yeah.
But I went to their defense when nobody else did. Everybody else is watching, ready to flip their phones out and you.
World stars.
You know what I'm saying? I came to this woman's aid. You know what I mean? I chased dude all the way outside the store.
Like that wasn't cool.
But to say that, you know what I'm saying? To generalize, for this man to generalize that men or black men don't protect their black women, to me, is absurd.
It's absurd. It's upsetting. And again, I go back to, you know what I'm saying? And this works for both sides, men and females. But it's all about the type of person you're trying to attract. If you're going to attract someone who you have a good idea won't go to town for you when the time comes, then why are you trying to attract that type of dude? Or female. Again, it works both ways because there are some females out there who give 2 shits about a black man. All she want is some good dick and money. And if he ain't got neither one, he's no good.
Then he's no good.
You know what I'm saying?
So it goes.
It's a two-way street.
It's a two-way street, and that's why I say this. Why should I come to the aid of someone who wouldn't come to the aid of me?
Because you got to be the bigger person. When they go low, you go. I mean, it's all about situation. It's all about the person. You know what I'm saying? There's mad different variables that come into play. So
it is.
So I definitely understand how, you know what I'm saying, like I said, if I don't like her or that person,
see, but you okay, you know what
you might have to you might deserve that because you've been an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends. Now, if you want to be general, then in general, I might have to go to town for you know, even if I know they won't go to town for me, but if you go to town for them, knowing they won't do it for you, that may change their opinion of going to town for you. But you know, what's childish? What happened?
He said because you don't do it for reciprocation, you just do
it. You do do it just to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Look. You know.
Oh, was she saying that was childish about what I said about?
Oh, well, it might have been about what I said.
You're gonna have to be a little more clear. You have to clarify that because was it about what I said, or was it about what he said, or was it a combination of both?
It might be me, because she be at my neck like Dracula on here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She be at my neck like Dracula. You know what I'm saying? But what I do is I keep it real. I keep it real. You know, there's been times when I've been degraded, I've been put down, I've been, you know what I mean, whatever, by a lot of people. What I said. See?
That's why I didn't say nothing.
That's why I didn't say nothing. You know what's up there? You want to keep it
quiet? I'm like, it wasn't me.
Look. You know what I'm saying? There's been times when I've been put down and all of that stuff by a number of women, you know, but can't nobody ever say that if they called upon me that I was not there.
Boom.
I may not have been there. That
kills everything.
I may not have been there when you needed me. It's like Ja Rule said, I'm not always there when you call.
But I'm there.
But I'm always on time.
Always on time.
You know what I'm saying? And that's facts. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there, man. You know, I'm tired of this, you know, black man being put under the microscope. Well, we are put under the microscope for everything that we do and everything that we don't do. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of unfair to us, man. We go through fucking hell and high water all the time, and it just never stops. Mm-hmm. Whatever we do is put under the microscope, and 9 times out of 10, or 99.9% of the times, we are wrong for our decision making. You know, that has to stop. That has to be put to a halt. Once posts like this, and I put it up to the screen, you might not be able to see it. When posts like this stop being made about the black man, they may change, or it may start to change the outlook and the perception that the black man has of himself first, and black women.